You ever wake up and know right then that this day is about to turn your whole life upside down? Yeah, I had that feeling the morning they showed up, truck rolling in slow, gravel crunching under the tires like the land already belonged to them. Beautiful place out here, real quiet, real private, Deke Rollins said, leaning out his window with that look like he'd seen it all, owned it all. Angela Vale just looked him square in the eye and said, "It's not for sale." And maybe if they'd been smarter, that'd be the end of it, but you know how men like Deke are. They don't hear no. Not until it's carved in bone. That was 2 days before it all went down. I was working the irrigation line, out past the peach trees, tightening a leaky valve, keeping my mind busy, so I didn't have to think about those envelopes piling up in the drawer real estate offers, getting more aggressive by the week. Angela tossed them on the table with a sigh. I'd file them away, saying nothing. Each offer felt like a countdown. And it wasn't just us, the whole county changing, farms swallowed up by concrete, neighbors moving out, old families pushed off land their granddaddies built with their own hands. Lately, the phone rang too often. Folks like Deke circling like buzzards. That evening, while the sun sank behind the barn and the smell of tomato vines thickened the air, we saw that truck come back, 3 men this time. White guys in worn jeans, standing like they already owned the dirt under their boots. Deke up front, Cole Jenkins behind, chewing a toothpick, and a skinny kid named Kevin, eyes darting like he'd rather be anywhere else. Deke tried to smile, said he'd heard the place was up for sale. Maybe there was a handshake deal in the works. Angela just crossed her arms. It's not for sale. You could feel the air change, like thunder grumbling far off. Cole spat on the ground, tried to act tough. This land's already spoken for. Best thing you could do is take that check and move on. I didn't threaten, didn't even raise my voice. Just stepped close enough that Cole's face drained white and told him to leave. Dake's smile thinned, hinted at fires, accidents, the usual bullying. I said it again, lower. This is the last time you stand here talking. They left in a cloud of dust, but I knew, and Angela knew he'd be back. Men like that don't know how to let go. Next morning, I left before dawn, truck loaded for the co-op, trying to get ahead of the day, but Angela stayed back, chores piling up, greenhouse repairs, a barn full of feed to move before the rain. Neither of us expected trouble so soon. She was knee-deep in work when she saw the truck crawling up the drive again, same rust bucket, same battered paint. Kevin got out first, all smiles and "Afternoon, ma'am," acting like this was just another neighborly visit. Angela didn't budge. "He's not here," she said, meaning me. Cole came around the side, said they weren't looking for me, and Angela repeated, clear as glass, "This land's not for sale." Then came the switch, Kevin asking for water, Angela turning toward the pump, and before she could react, Cole and Deke sprang from the truck bed, catching her off guard. They dragged her, fought Hershey, didn't make it easy, left bruises and teeth marks on every one of them, but in the end, they stuffed her in the truck and sped away, leaving nothing but overturned crates and smashed tomatoes in the yard. By the time I got back, she was gone. The silence was deafening. Her phone on the porch, coffee still warm, everything abandoned mid-task. There was a note on the back door, "Sell or she dies." I didn't panic. I just went to the pantry, opened a hidden compartment behind the canned tomatoes, and pulled out the life I thought I'd left behind. Weapons, encrypted maps, an ID badge from another world. Because they didn't know who I used to be. They didn't know I'd been trained for this, how to vanish, how to hunt. I made my checklist, drove into town after dark, swapped plates, slipped through alleys, and found Cole and Kevin drunk behind the thirsty mule. I caught them off guard, made quick work and kill them, but made sure they remembered me. I tied them to trees, made them talk. Kevin crumbled first, stammering about a hunting cabin near Old Creek Road off grid, perfect for hiding. Cole tried to fight, paid for it with a broken rib and a lesson he wouldn't forget. The woods out there are thick, old, and if you don't know how to move quiet, they'll swallow you whole. I scouted the cabin from a ridge, smoke rising just enough to betray its position, generator cables hidden, but visible if you knew what to look for. I mapped every sight line, tracked the guard's rotation, set traps along the back, road improvised but deadly. All while Angela, chained to a radiator inside, kept her mind sharp, cataloged footsteps, voices, weaknesses. She found a splinter from the bed frame, started working at her cuffs. She wasn't broken, just waiting for the right moment. That night, after disabling the generator from a hidden service shed I'd wired years back, I struck. Picked off the guard's quiet, efficient, no glory in it, just necessity. Crawled through an old drainage tunnel we dug in another lifetime, came up under the cabin. Started a fire as distraction, just enough to panic them, draw Dake's attention away. Angela saw her opening plate injured, called for help. Cole rushed in, never saw me coming. One hard strike. He went down. Angela's cuffs hit the floor. She looked at me, voice raspy. Took you long enough. I just grinned. Had to make sure they knew it. We moved for the exit, but Deke was waiting, grabbed Angela, gun to her ribs, yelling for me to drop my weapon. But see, men like Deke, they think violence is control, and control means victory. He didn't count on Angela fighting back. She broke his grip. I fired, took out his leg, his gun skittered away. Angela dove, grabbed Cole's dropped pistol, leveled it at Deke with no tremor in her hands. Finish the sweep, she said. I cleared the rooms while she kept him pinned. Deke tried to bargain, whimper, threaten bigger names, lawyers, developers. I just tied him up, left it for the sheriff with a burner phone and a sealed envelope. Names, dates, evidence enough to bury the whole operation in silence. By dawn, Angela and I sat side by side on our porch, hands tangled together, the sun slowly warming the land that nearly slipped away. The sheriff came by, asking questions he knew we wouldn't answer, just nodded, told us if we heard anything, we knew where to find him. Back in the woods, the authorities found Deke zip-tied to a tree, a pile of evidence in a fireproof bag, and enough burned weapons to start a war. The developers? Quietly backed out, contracts vanished, offices shut down. Deke hauled away with nothing left to trade but scars. And life rolled on. Angela started a land rights program, taught folks how to defend their property with more than just grit, but knowledge. I fixed the fence, buried my old gear deep under the barn, no intention of digging it up again. The county got a little braver next time the scouts came. They left empty-handed. The land stayed ours, not because we fought hardest, but because we didn't fold. So, let me ask you, where do you draw the line between defending what's yours and becoming what you hate? Is justice about payback, or about protecting the quiet that matters? Drop your thoughts below. Right or wrong. I want to hear how you'd handle it if your whole world was threatened by the kind of men who never take no for an answer. And hey, if you got something to say, now's your time.